So welcome guys. So from now we'll try to do like weekly, like maybe 2 to 3 times stream. And yeah, let's see. We have gold here. Let's start off with the higher time frame. We still have this daily imbalance right here, which we are inside of that pretty much. But we closed this one. Previous daily was almost a manipulation candle. So yeah, let's see. This one's gonna be interesting because lately gold was not that great, to be honest. And gonna mark out this area right here, which is the 1 hour, the value gap. Yeah, and that's about it. The ones high, I'm not gonna mark them because it would be a little bit too much. And yeah, let's see what we can get. To be honest, like this candle, kind of like a manipulation candle, 1 hour, didn't close below, but yeah, there is not much going on lately. New York session is always the same. You have this range, and yeah, then all of a sudden volume kicks in, if it kicks in, you know. And yeah, alaikum salam, picnic pike. And yeah, let's see what happens. So yeah, I was muted. So guys, you can also open your mic if you want to and ask your questions, or if you guys have some trades that you want us to go over, we can do that as well. You can send in some charts, and yeah, or if you have some questions, just type it in the chat and I'll try to go over that. How has the week been? It's been quite slow, to be honest, right? Like market was pretty slow for NY. Just yesterday we had a big move. Was really unlucky that we didn't get the closure below the wick there. Otherwise that would have been a perfect sell setup, to be honest. But yeah, let's see what we can get for today. Gonna still mark out this level right here, just to keep it in mind. Because this level has been holding up quite strong, you know, if you guys can look at it. Yeah, only Asia session had a move, and London has been ranging. And let's see, I mean, we have a range of around 120 pips. Ideally, I would be looking for sells from this area for the continuation. But yeah, let's see. I think I can. Yeah, right now you guys should be able to see the screen. Let me know if it's working, but you guys should be able to see it. Yeah, tonight is FOMC minutes. Let's see what will happen with that. I'm not expecting like a crazy move with that, but yeah, it's good to know that. Keep that in mind. Is the manipulation candle kings? Yeah, I would say in the market, if you know what you're doing with that, you can make a good living with it, I would say, you know. What is the brother's name? My name is Kadir. Kadir. And from the Discord, guys, if you want to open your mic, you are free to do so, but just make sure that there is no like outside noise or something, so we don't have something there what you guys don't want to be on stream, you know. Yeah, Nasdaq. I'm not gonna look into Nasdaq right now because it's before NYC, and what we usually do is we just um, wait for NYC and then get into trades. And make sure to give a like on the stream, guys, so we do this more often. We are at 6 likes right now, 26 viewers. Let's push that like button. Yeah, thanks, Simon. Thanks, Simon. Appreciate the support, brother. And if you guys have been a long follower of us, you guys know that we've been doing the same thing over and over again. I mean, we've been doing the social media thing for 1 to 2 years, maybe 1 year. And ever since we've been trading for 1 to 5 years, 6 years now, almost trading gold. And we're doing the same thing over and over again. And that's the key to success, to be honest. To just do the same thing over and over again. Never change a running system, right? And we're doing. Yeah, gold is pushing now. Let's see. I mean, that's not even a small move, by the way. It's like almost 100 pips. If you look at the 1 hour, it's been pushing up straight without a bottom wick. No sound? What do you mean no sound? The sound should be working, brother. maybe check your settings. So in the Discord, you guys cannot hear me or what? Yeah, it should work actually, because I'm seeing it here. It works on my side, so there should not be an issue. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Yeah, let's see. We are in the fair value gap right now. This is the boring side of trading, because we just have to wait and see, like, once we can get some rejections from here, you know, we get a manipulation candle from here, you know, closing below candles, whatever, we can look to get into some trades, and hopefully we get that, you know. Yesterday was quite unlucky. I was waiting for this right here. If you guys remember, I alerted you guys, was waiting for this closure right here, and the timing was also great with NYC, but we didn't get the closure below the wick, and yeah, that's why we didn't take that trade. So yeah, let's see. What we have questions there. You're only taking engulfing setups, right? Is it GC and NQ only? What sessions mostly? Yeah, that's about it basically. 90% this New York session. Gold, Nasdaq, and 90% this New York session. It's just that lately New York session has not been the best. It's pretty low volume. Just yesterday we had a move, but other than that, it's pretty low volume. Either the move happens with Asia and London, or it's like a late move, a PM session move. Yeah, let's make sure to give a like on the stream, guys. And sound all is working, clear sound. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, on the YouTube side, it should be fine anyways. I was just talking about the Discord, but that also seems to be working fine. So yeah, if you guys have any trades or something that you want us to go over, we can do that as well. You can send in some charts. And yeah, I think what we can do is start up with some top-down analysis. So we have the gold all-time high here, right? So this is the current all-time high on gold. And we didn't touch this price since, yeah, approximately like 3 months. 3 months or so, we didn't touch this area at this point. And now, if you guys can see right here, we swept this high, didn't close above. And this is something that is very key, because closures are the most important thing in the markets. That's why we always look at the closure, because the wicks can be manipulated. You know, maybe on another broker, this wicked even higher, you know, probably not 200 pips, but you get what I mean. because wicks can be manipulated, but the closures not. So we have kind of like a fake out here, you know. And what I like to do, like especially like if you guys are struggling maybe with bearish price action, you can do this right here, you know. You just flip the chart and then have a different perspective, you know, because if you flip the chart, you'll be like, okay, wow, this kind of looks um, like a Wyckoff pattern, right? You know, you have this formation right here and multiple retests, and now maybe you get this move to the downside, which is what I would be expecting, you know, because we closed this daily imbalance. We retested this area now multiple times. So this today basically will be the factor uh, and will give us the idea if the continuation to the downside on the higher time frame will be there or not. Because if this candle starts closing below these areas, most likely we will see that move. But to be honest, I'm only doing this for educational purposes because the beauty of the way we trade is you don't really need it, you know. You don't really have to care about the like top-down analysis or the overall structure. Of course, keep the higher time frame in mind always. That's very important. But you don't really need to overthink, you know, what's next week gonna do or whatever, you know. All we care about is today, you know, because we are scalping the market, and that's why it's important to know, okay, how is today's daily candle gonna look like, you know. So previous day, heavily bearish, we filled the week completely. We have a daily manipulation candle here and sort of the continuation of that. So what is the probability of this daily candle giving us a bearish move to the downside? If we measure this candle, the daily is right now 250 pips. $250 pips. So if we look for an extension, what's realistic? I would say we can go up to 400 pips, you know, and vice versa if it's gonna go bullish. So that's what we care about, you know, as scalpers. But as of right now, there is literally nothing to work with. We just have to wait, you know. In terms of buys, it's super tricky, to be honest. For buys, it's super tricky because you're just counter trending this bearish trend right here and the previous daily. But you do have these bear traps right here, you know. If you get these bear traps and timing is there, NYC is coming in, you know, you might see that bullish move to the upside. But like I said, we don't have that information yet. The information that we do have is we are in a range, 130 pip range, and higher time frame is bearish. So ideally, I'm looking to sell the top of the range or somewhere here to target the bottom of the range. That would be a safe shot for me. What is the setup in the community, live stream and why alerts outside of stream or not really needed? Yeah, there are alerts, like signals, if you want to call it, given in the Discord with set targets and stuff like stop loss, entry, take profit, mostly NY session, yeah. And again, gold and Nasdaq, those are the assets. Hey, your strategy is not profitable for me. It have crazy win rate a few months ago. Yeah, the win rate is high, but if it's not profitable for you, you might have to adjust some things, you know. Who knows what you're doing? You may be doing many things wrong. So watch that long video that Hamza made. It's basically a free course. you know, almost 2 hours long. I mean, yeah, many people would charge maybe 1K for that or something, but just go watch that video. I would say, you know, like that's a gem. Hamza is going through literally everything. Like that's that's all you need. You know, start that video and yeah, see what you can do with that information. Take that free PDF that we have. You know, link is in the description. You can sign up for that, and yeah. Yeah, let's see. Volume is quite low. We have 10 minutes left for the 1 hour to close. And yeah, we've been ranging for 9 hours now. 10 hours actually. Yeah, actually 10 hours. For 10 hours we've been ranging. Let's see what we can get, you know. Have to be patient. That's what's the tough part with trading. You have to be patient, you know. That's very, very important. Remember, because we as traders, as professionals, we don't get paid to take trades. We get paid to take the right trades. You know, I'm not here to trade every day. This is something that many beginners have to understand. You're here to trade when your setup is there, when your system tells you to take a trade. Daily members NY livestream or just 2 or 3 times a week is enough. The stream, this is the first day actually. Normally we only have the signals. We used to do it like a year ago, but that was separate, you know. But let's see. We're gonna do it maybe 2 to 3 times a week. Don't want to promise anything, to be honest, because I might be traveling, something maybe there, you know, and if I can't do it, I can't do it. Setting of ICT indicator. Yeah, check out the YouTube videos. It's all there. Waiting for these cells, also currently in GJ cells. Amazing. That's great. I have no idea what GJ is doing, but let's check. Yeah, I don't know if if the cells here look good, to be honest. You're selling a heavy bullish trend. And right here we are seeing the break at this point, guys. So interesting, you know. What would be really interesting is if we can close this area right here, because that could give us the idea, okay, like if we can close above this area, we will have the bear traps as well. And if we can form structure in this area, retest it, give us a manipulation candle maybe around this area, you may see the move to the upside as well, you know. But usually that would be with NYC. But that's all just scenarios, you know. The main focus, like I said, always just keep it stupid simple. Just look for the trend, and that will give you the easiest trade and the easiest, the best risk reward. Oh, I thought that the non-members were getting a little invite to members only stream. Yeah, pretty much like that, to be honest. We're just trying out the YouTube stream now, see how it is, you know, to give you guys a little insight as well, you know, how we trade, what we do, you know, what we look for in the markets, and that you guys can learn a little bit as well. Yeah. I already watched, but too much highs and lows. What do you mean? Too much highs and lows? Oh, you mean the videos? But what do you mean with the highs and lows? I think it's mentioned in pretty much all the last videos, especially in the long video that Hamza did, the free course. But let me tell you that, like, if you're not even ready to watch that 1.5 hours free course, you most probably are not ready to trade, and you will not be disciplined enough to trade, because this is not personal, of course, but nowadays people have such a low attention span, they because of all these things on TikTok, Instagram, they can just watch something for a couple seconds and that's it, but that's the most important thing for us traders. We have to be focused, for a longer period of time, like let's at least like an hour, an hour or two. You have to be focused. Otherwise, it will be tough for you. And if you can't watch a video that's 1.5 hours long, which is completely for free and giving you so much value, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you then, Because if I would be you guys, like I would watch that video maybe 10, 20 times if needed, because it's literally a jam. Who else does that, Like I remember when I started out trading, there was no content like that. There was no value like that, especially not for free. The amount of free value that we are giving is, yeah, very, very underrated, but just take advantage of that, No, I mean, I watch ICT indicator setting. There are too much highs and lows in charts. That's what you mean. I mean, it depends, if this is too much for you, then maybe cut off the sessions. But for me, this is great. Because why is it great? Look, a beautiful thing that you have here is this is the London session. We know that because of this thing right here, right? And if you have a closure above, then you know it from this line as well. If you have a sweep below, you know it as well. So for me, to be honest, this is perfect. I mean, I like this indicator a lot. Like it saves me a lot of time because I don't have to mark everything. I have everything plotted on the chart. I can switch the time frames. Look, I can go to the 15-minute, can go to the 30-minute. It doesn't matter, right? So for me, it's a blessing, to be honest. Let's see, 3 minutes and 1 hour is gonna close. So the market has been more challenging lately, maybe range bound, less trending. Yeah, I mean, um, the maximum losing streak that we usually have, I mean, is maximum like 4 to 5. So these kind of times can be there. I think we had now 3 losses, which is fine, part of the game. But we have a win streak for 14 months straight, and it's all public. It's all in the Discord, in the signals record. Uh, it's all public. 14 months straight. Who does that? And nothing that you can fake because everything is called out in advance. Stop loss, entry, take profits. And we are not doing like. You guys know what most streamers are doing. They're entering here in a buy, have a stop loss like this, and they close out already now. 13 pips. W's in the chat, We're not doing that, The minimum is 1-to-1, and that's where you can go to break even at least or secure partials. But usually we go for a 1-to-2. So our trades look like this, you know. So yeah, there is no 200 pip stop loss and 10 pip take profit here. Please, what indicator do you use? This is the this one is the manipulation candle indicator, and this one is the ICT kill zones indicator. It's all, and if you click the link below, there is a video that is 1.5 hours long. We go over that, all the indicators, everything you need. It's all completely for free, and you guys can take advantage of that. That video is probably the only video that you need to start out your trading career. Straightforward. What minimum time frame for manipulation candle? I would say for the beginning, stick to the 15-minute. If you think you're ready, go to the 5-minute. So let's see. 1 hour candle closed above. So I'm gonna delete this and put a line here, because at this point we have the bear trap, and the probability of this thing going higher is there. You have a 50-minute bear trap setup here on the and on the 30-minute as well, but it is a heavy counter trend, you know. If you want to give it a chance, you can. The probability is there, of course, but it's not an A+ setup because it's a counter trend trade. But it's also the first closure above the range. I have to say that as well. What I would wait for, most likely, like this thing can play out. I would not be surprised, but I would wait for NYC maybe. And if you can confirm this breakout, then you could go for the easy buys. Your strategy is the best, bro. That's it. So comprehensive. I have been loving it for the past 2 weeks. Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. Make the most out of it. It's the simplest and most mechanical strategy there is, I would say. But then you have these kind of moments where you have to be patient, you know. Of course, if you include these kind of trades, you can take them, but the probability is way less, you know, because you have this bear trap setup here, but it's not the same kind of setup that is going with the trend, you know. So you have to always keep that in mind. See how it rejects like that. So yeah, let's see. Ideally, you know, if you want to get the sells here, what we want to see is ideally a bull trap right here. That would be amazing, to be honest. That would be literally amazing. But if not, most likely we will see the bullish move continuation. It's already how much, like 150 pips. Yeah. Let's see. The daily open is right there. And we pull up the 5 minutes, so it's a little bit more exciting to watch. Is there any one of you guys in trades? Anyone in the longs? Would you be looking today as a bullish or bearish? Yeah, Osama, I think you just came in, talked about that, but mainly what I'm looking for is sells. But it's a tricky day, to be honest, because look, of course I'm gonna look for sales because we have this daily manipulation candle give us this drop, then this wick fill, almost manipulation candle, and now we are at the daily imbalance area. But I'm still looking for sales. But if we do get the confirmations right here, you know, we get a push to this area, retest, you know, NYC giving us a good setup, then we might consider the buys. But the main idea for me is definitely sells. For buys, it will really depend on context and experience, but the no-brainer setup is sells for sure, because the higher time frame is very bearish. We have a range here, and whenever you have a range like this, you know, look, you have a range, bounce up and down. You want to have the manipulation to the upside, and then a continuation to the downside, you know. If you want to call it like accumulation, manipulation, distribution, something like that. But it doesn't matter what you call it. It's just about price action and going with the higher time frame trend. But that's the ideal scenario that you want to be looking for. Hey, it's Kiki is in long. Okay, nice. I was in a short since morning. Amazing. You close that or what? Ahmed Abdullah, I think it's bearish. Yeah, we'll see, you know. The most important thing with trading is always like, of course, you have a bias, you know, you have an idea, you have a plan, but don't marry that, you know, and don't force it. That's very important. We have a new YouTube video on the YouTube channel right now. If you want to check that. That's a really good example of yeah, holding up your bias, but also not forcing it, because there is one scenario with sells on buys on gold on a bearish trend, and exactly what I said happened, but I didn't take the trade and I avoided a loss because I didn't force it, you know. So you can check the latest YouTube video and you'll see what I mean. But then we had the buys on NAS and the buys played out perfectly. Yeah, let's see if we are getting what we're seeing slowly but surely what I want to see, but no volume yet and nothing strong just yet. Most likely, like I said, around like after like 20 minutes or so with NYC, I believe we will get the move, whether it is it to the upside or downside, but we'll see. By the way, for the Discord guys, if you want to unmute yourself, ask a question or something, I can unmute you. Just say it in the chat or put your question in the chat directly. Joseph, no, I'm still holding. Okay, so you are in from here or what? Like, or from here? Or you're in drawdown? Now it's in M5 FEG. Let us see how it's going to react from the M5 FEG. Yeah, I don't know about M5 FEG, bro. I would not look at those things. If you look at those small time frames, zones, you're gonna overthink a lot of stuff, you know, when you're trading. So just keep it simple, you know. Look for the 1 hour, 4 hour fair value gaps, and that's about it. You have midnight, you have the PDL, you have the daily open, monthly open. That's, I think, more than enough to take trades. And one mistake that many traders are doing, let's say, look, for example, like this week, we didn't have a trade yet. Last week, I mean, there was a bank holiday and NFP, there was no setup, but because you don't have a trade or you have losing trades, you start to second guessing yourself or trying to force trades or change up some things, you know, change up your strategy. That's the worst thing that you can do, because your strategy is what brought you here, you know. I've been trading the strategy for years now, and I know it works. We have 14 months straight win streak with the signals. So why would I change it, you know? Look, yesterday, this closure. We didn't get the closure. it's fine. It's still drop. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna change the way I trade. You know, it's part of the game. You have to be okay with that. Trading is about being disciplined and doing the same thing over and over again. I mean, of course, if it works. If it doesn't work, you have to adjust your edge and change up some things. And how's the quality on YouTube, guys? The screen recording. Let me know that. That would be good to know for the OBS settings later on. Last 5-minute candle was almost MC. If it was MC, then we enter or not. Yeah, it was not an MC, manipulation candle. Look, we have also this manipulation candle indicator right here, which is really helpful for you guys because it will show you if the candle is a manipulation candle or not. If it becomes red or whatever color you have, then it will show you that. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna be back. Grab my glasses really quick. Yeah, so I'm back. Yeah, regarding the question again, I would wait for structure right here. Because if you guys look at it, flip the chart, you have a strong trend right now, like an intra-session trend, you know, for the New York session. Even though the higher time frame is bearish, the intra-session trend is quite strong. So you want to wait for structure to form, you know. Dear Kadir, can you please let me know what leverage you typically use and what your trade execution time frame is? Usually it's 5-minute and 15-minute, and leverage is relative. I mean, I don't think you need much leverage. You know, if you're not over risking, you don't need much leverage. That's pretty relative, you know. As long as you can scalp and risk, let's say like on 40 pips, 50 pips, 30 pips, 1%, it's enough leverage for me. Okay, quality is good, perfect. Yeah, let's see. We have like 15 minutes to go for NYSE. Looks like the 15-minute candle is gonna close bullish. Made a steeper wick and it's building up again. On the 3-minute, you have some manipulation candles. On the 1-minute, it's a mess. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Usually look like if you have a 140 pip range. So where is it to the downside or upside? You would expect like 140 pip move at least to the upside or to the downside. So that's the beauty of this right now, because we have this range, and because of this accumulation, we know that most likely we're gonna have a good move, you know, if we get a move. Which indicator are you using to show time zones, please? Yeah, just check the link in the description. Watch that YouTube video, 1.5 hours long. full free trading course made by Hamza, and he goes through everything. Or just watch the 2 free indicators video on YouTube. It's like 10 minutes. You can do that as well. Yeah. Not much going on. I'm gonna check NAS. Yeah, this is some next level ugly price action, not gonna lie. Like, what kind of price action is that, man? Yeah. NAS is in an ugly range. I would still look for buys because of the trend, and indices pretty much a no-brainer to buy whenever you get a setup. But yeah, really ugly price action, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, gold is not different. Gold, we have also, like, look the 1 hour. We have candles are printing side by side for 9 hours straight. It's a heavy range. The last thing that you want to have in a range like this is be caught up, you know. So risk reward is 1-to-1. Could you answer, please? No, that's the minimum, you know, like you can go to break even with 1-to-1. You can take partials, but usually uh, uh, we go for the 1-to-2 minimum. Because look, with the beauty with that is, even if you have like a let's say you have a 1-to-1, yeah, and you usually go for 1-to-1, and let's say your win rate is 50%. So you have 10 trades, and out of that, let's say you have 5 wins and 5 losses. Yeah, pretty ugly, but whatever, you know. Let me maybe do it like this. And if you have a 50% win rate and you have 5 wins and 5 losses, 5 wins and 5 losses, your result will be what? 0. So you're pretty much at break even, you know. And now let's change that to 1-to-2. So 5 wins means what? You have made can I make this a bit bigger? Yeah. You have made 10R. 10R. And you lost 5R. So result of that is 5R plus. So you made 5R. And remember, this is just a 50% win rate. 50% win rate. So that's the beauty with the risk reward, because you can lose 5 trades, win 5 trades, but still make money, you know. And 50% win rate with a 1-to-2 risk reward is highly profitable. Even 40% is also highly profitable. But of course, you have to be disciplined and execute. if the trade doesn't go to 2 hour and you only break even at 1 hour, can you class to 1 hour? Because technically you make nothing at 1 hour. Yeah, I mean, that's something that everyone has to decide for themselves, you know? Like, what are you comfortable with, you know? Like, are you comfortable going for 1 hour, 2 hour? Because look, sometimes uh, we'll have trades and it goes way more than the 2 hour, and I will hold that through, you know? And that's something that you need experience with, you know. And but also sometimes market just gives you more. You don't even want it, but market gives you more because it's going with so much volume, and 1 5 minute candles going like 100 pips, and you made 3 4 hour instead of 2 hour. um, but I would say in the long run, uh, the 2 hour is the best that you can do. Go to break even at 1 hour, and at 2 hour you either close the whole position or take partials. And always, like, this is something that everyone has to decide for themselves. Let's say you have a trade, right? Let's pull up a trade here. Yeah, you have a trade. Let's say you enter right here, whatever. So you have a stop loss here, and now this trade is at 1 hour, right? Trade is at 1 hour, and you are in profits. So what is more the worst case scenario? What is the worst case scenario? This trade comes and takes you out at break even because you put your stop at break even. So are you fine with that? If you're not fine with that, then you close the position, you know. Um, if the trade is at 2 hour and you don't close the trade, what's the worst case scenario? You get out at break even. Price takes you out at break even. Are you fine with that? If the answer is no, close that trade, you know? And yeah, this is something that you just need the reps, you know? Because for me, I mean, because if you're doing something over and over and over again, you don't care at some point, you know? Like, it's just day-to-day business, you know, daily business, and you don't care about it, whether it's a loss or a win, you know? So ask yourself, what's the worst case scenario, and am I fine with that, you know? And vice versa. If you close at 2 hour, trade goes to 5 hour, what hurts you more, you know? Losing out on more profit, like potential more profit, or losing the profit that you already made, like your floating P&L. And this is a question that everyone has to answer to themselves, because yes, at the end of the day, there is a win rate for the strategy or whatever it might be, but I believe that the mental capital is the most important thing of a trader, because if your mental capital is low and you're fatigued and you have lost your, like, because if you have, you know, like a series of losses, or let's say you have big winners but you're not closing them, you will have a mental fatigue, you know, in trading. And this is the worst thing that can happen to a trader. And that's why I believe that the mental capital is the most important asset of a trader. That's why you have to protect that and preserve your mental capital. And yeah, just keep that in mind, you know, because if your mental capital is not there, you will probably not perform like you should normally, you know. Your setup will be there, but you will be second guessing yourself, or you will not take that trade, or you will take it too late, or whatever, you know, because you're just not sharp. You're just not there, you know. I'm trading stop. So if I'm over 6% close to my SL, I close 50% of the position just to see how it works. If I'm 60% close to my SL, I close 50%. So you're closing in drawdown, you mean? So you're managing your risk in drawdown. Did I get it right? Or Yeah, I mean, if that works for you, that's good, you know, because sometimes, uh, you know, like, okay, probably that trade will not play out, and there's no point in letting that stop loss hit if you already know, like, most likely your stop loss is gonna get hit, you know. But that's something that needs a lot of experience. Brother, what's your stats about orb strategy, which you have shared? Yeah, orb is for NAS, and NAS lately is pretty ugly. No trending price action whatsoever, so they didn't really use it. If someone just trade orb, is that enough to pass 100 accounts? Yeah, I mean, you have to check, you have to test it. Always collect your own data, you know. Uh, that's really important. Yeah, even with the signals I have seen, if we are like 70% close to stop loss, we most likely hit a sell. So I managed to lose that. Yeah, it's good, bro. Like if it works for you, that's amazing. Because remember, like the most important thing is keep your losses small, because the winners will be there anyways. You can't control the outcome, you know. The only thing that you can control is your risk. We have to manage our risk. That's the only thing that we can do in the markets, because the winning trades will be there. They will always be there. I mean, you can't prevent it, but what you can prevent is having big losses. Let's hit the like button, guys. We are gonna have NYC now in 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Let's get it. Let's pump up the likes. And if we get to 1,000 likes, maybe we full margin. I'm joking, of course, but pump up the likes so we can see some movement here on gold. This thing is close to dead. Yeah, I would say that to people as well. Don't hesitate closing the loss. Yeah, for sure. Last 5 minute candles and MCY we didn't enter. Bro, this is a very weak closure. This is not an entry signal for me. Like, check the 15. If the 15 becomes a manipulation candle, yeah, then we'll look to get into that trade. But this 5 is too little, you know. The body is super small. The wick is too long. But if we get now this closure on the 15 minute, then this trade will pay most likely. And it will be a really good fake out trade. Yeah, let's see 2 minutes. So we're gonna wait for this closure. We're gonna wait for this closure. If we can get the closure below this candle right here, the sells will be really nice. We'll take the sells, target the low of the range, and yeah. But yeah, it doesn't look like we'll get it. Keep in mind we will have NYC, so maybe NYC takes out the high and then does that, you know. Yeah, it's tricky, tricky, tricky. I don't think he has the time for that. Yeah, I mean, uh, let's see, maybe like I said, I'm not gonna promise anything, because if we promise it, we have to deliver. But, you know, we're gonna try to do it maybe 2 times a week, here and there. If we do it, you guys will know it anyways, so don't worry about that. 30-minute candle is about to close as well. We will have NYC now. Closure is not there. Let's see what's gonna happen. So if we would have had the closure below the wick, it would have been a manipulation candle and we could have gone into the sells. But pay attention now, because if we now go up, take out the high and close above, you also have the bear trap. So this is a really interesting scenario right now. But mainly I would be really excited to take the sells, because the fake out setup looks really nice. But like I said, it's now NYSE 9:30 a.m. and this will now give us the idea where market will go. It's super simple actually. We just have to wait now. That's the only thing that we have to do. Yeah, make sure to leave a like on the stream if you guys want us to continue doing these live streams. A like would be highly appreciated. I want to be able to do it myself without relying on others. What do you say? I used to be able to trade the orb, but after some time it felt foreign because I saw so many variants. It doesn't know how to do. I have some accounts I want to pass. I don't know, like there are a bunch of videos on our YouTube channel. Just study them, learn. Click the link in the description. Free YouTube video, free course, 1.5 hours long. I mean, I don't know, guys. This channel is a blueprint for you guys to get profitable. There is not much else we can do, you know. I mean, we have like 50, 60 videos completely for free, giving you guys there, and just take advantage of that. If I would be you guys, I would watch every video 5, 10 times, to be honest. I remember when I was starting out, there was literally no content whatsoever. And if there was content, it was just, yeah, uh, trash, to be honest. Bro, I didn't find the option to give any reaction to the screen. Also, you read a lot of questions. I couldn't see that. I can only see Usama's question. Yeah, that's on YouTube, bro. Those questions are on YouTube. We also have the YouTube live stream here going on. So yeah, let's see. NYC didn't do much yet. New York session, pretty low volume, to be honest, lately. It's a shame. And if you guys have charts, like I said, put in the charts. We can go over that. If you have trades that you guys want to discuss, you can do that as well while we wait for the market to do something. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Let's wait another like 10 minutes or so, and then most likely I'm gonna bounce. But I will still update you guys in the signals channel if there is a setup, because most likely there will be a late move. I mean, if there is a move. Because look, we ranged literally like for how much? 10 hours? Yeah, 11 hours. Almost 11 hours straight range, 140 pips. So if there is a move, it will be a late move, like with 10 a.m. maybe. Or now we get some volume with NYSE. Like I said, like the bear trap setup is there if we close above this high here. But let's see how the candles print when they go there. Let me check NAS. Oh wow. NYSE pushed up aggressively. Yeah, on NAS we have to wait for a pullback to get into a trade there, because there is literally nothing, no area of interest, nothing there. Like, you're only gonna be a breakout trader there. So you have to be patient with NAS, and with gold we have to wait now as well. Like I said, like based on experience, for me, it looks like the bullish intraday trend, like intra-session trend, can continue. So if we start to get closures above this area, the bear trap setup will be there. But let's see how this 15-minute candle will close. If we flip and break the low, the move to the downside is there as well. Dear Kadir, thank you so much. This is my first time interacting with you, and I genuinely feel a great sense of confidence. You truly are a person who generously shares knowledge with those who need it. Yeah, you're welcome, bro. Enjoy it. Like, you can watch everything on the channel. There's a ton of value. Hey, can we use the strategy on crypto? Yeah, on Bitcoin, it works like a charm, actually, to be honest. Like, for me, like, right now, I'm not really trading Bitcoin, but I remember in January, December, we're killing it with Bitcoin. Super easy trades. Works like clockwork, actually. Yeah. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure to leave a like on the stream so we can keep doing these live streams for you if you do. How come you stopped with Bitcoin? It was really good. Good question. Like, I don't know. Maybe because gold was paying and NAS was paying. Yeah, maybe because of that. And also it depends on where you're trading, right? Like, Bitcoin is not available everywhere to trade. Yeah, we flipped now. Broke the low again. Let's see. On the 10-minute, we had an MC. But yeah, it's fishy. I mean, if this 15-minute candle would have closed below the wick, would have been an easy entry. But we didn't get that, unfortunately. Now we are at the midnight. Let's flip the chart really quick. Yeah, this 15-minute candle closure will be key. Probably. Because you have to be careful with the structure. Because this 1-hour candle closed above all of them. Just don't want to jump the gun too quick and be caught up in the range. If this is like a pullback, you know. That's why you need to be patient. Bro, which trading session you in the setting of TV? Because it gives different data and candle formation between regular trading hours and electronic trading hours. Thanks. Yeah, switch off the electronic trading hours and just copy the hours in the YouTube video. Link is in the description. It's a free course, 1.5 hours long, where Hamza goes through everything, also the indicators. Yeah, we're rejecting the midnight, and if we reject this area strong enough, like I told you guys, I think the bear trap will be there. And NYC most likely then made a pullback, you know. But let's see. We don't have that information yet. Two minutes for the 15-minute candle to close. Look, if you FOMO'd into sales, you became John Wick right there. Congratulations. Yeah, let's see how the candle will close. Yeah, if this 15-minute candle closes like that, like this 5-minute closes above, the buys will be there. If the 5-minute becomes a manipulation candle, I would give the buys a shot, guys, just so you know. Just gonna update the signals channel really quick, because that looks pretty strong. I mean, 30 seconds to go. I don't think it's gonna happen in the next 30 seconds, but maybe it does, you know. You never know with gold. Stop loss gonna be below this low right here. Yeah, but it's ain't happening. It ain't happening. Yeah, didn't give it, but 15-minute candle closed as a doji. Check the 3-minute. Yeah, I didn't give the closure. Didn't break the high anyways, you know, but if it did and closed above, I would have given the buys a shot for sure. Yeah, 1 hour candle is gonna close in around like 13 minutes. Let's see if this small like fake out was valid, or if it's just gonna keep on dropping to the downside. That can also be right. Yeah, 5-minute candle has no top wick. 2 minutes to go for that candle to close. Let's see what's gonna happen. Sounds like you have a big backlash on your mic. How come? I mean, I don't know. I have the mic settings, and it should not be actually. It's a pretty expensive one. It's a Shure mic, pretty much the best mic there is on the market, so it should be fine. Look at that, guys. Last 2 minutes, we're seeing the bounce. We are seeing the bounce. If this 30-minute becomes a manipulation candle, the buys will be valid as well. So if we can get a strong manipulation candle, we have 10 minutes to go, the buys will be valid as well. Because that, as you guys know from the course already, 30-minute manipulation candle is enough for you to counter trend the overall trend. Yeah, 5-minute close, super strong. Yeah, it looks like the bullish trend will continue. If we can hold it up for the next 10 minutes and the 30-minute candle doesn't become too big, we can get into this trade, ideally. Because that would bring you all the way up to these areas, most likely. If you have a strong 30-minute candle like that, that would pay. But already, guys, if you guys were on the stream from the very beginning, we pretty much avoided this loss right here. Why? Because of simple rules. It's as simple as that, you know. You just put the rules and follow them, and you're gonna avoid those losses. And take the valid losses. That's what's important. The valid losses are there, and they will always be there, of course, the probability losses. But don't take unnecessary loss because you're just forcing a trade. You know, that doesn't make sense. Two minutes for the 5-minute candle to close. Let's see. Anyone in the longs? Anyone in the buys? Pretty boring session for now, to be honest. Look at what NYC did. NYC opened up right here, right? So went down 30 pips, went up 40 pips. So pretty much nothing. 7 minutes to go. I hope this thing doesn't blast through completely and gives us a closure above this area. Because how many pips will that be? Yeah, 80 pips, 70 pips. Bought from 94, Hazni. That's a good entry, bro. It's a risky one, but it's a very good entry. Like I said, like these kind of things are based on a lot of experience, but I can't give you guys a trade like that. You know, it's very risky. But of course, for me, I also know, like I said, I was waiting for this closure, and this 5 minutes is coming down with no top wick. There is a really high probability that it's gonna flip and make the top wick, you know. And it was a brand new 15-minute as well. Now we're pushing up to the daily open. Daily is flipping. And that's why I told you that the 15-minute has to close below, because we have on the 1 hour this closure above all the previous bodies. You can't just counter trend that. Have to be smart, you know. I'm on long. Nice. I see a trade, bullish trade at 94, 93, TP 3307. Yeah, it's great. Pushing up a little too much. If you would get in on the pullback of that thing, still at 100 pips. It's 130 pips at this point. Yeah, this lately the market has been like this. Just doesn't give you the entry, but still goes, you know. At least, I mean, we avoided a loss, I'd say. But with this retest, with this 5 minute, the buys made it very clear, you know, for me. But just unfortunate that we didn't get the closure above. But look, I don't know who was it. Moo FR. Look, brother, that's why this 5 minute MC was fishy. Like it was super small, and you're counter trending this intraday session. And for that, that's why I said we needed this 15 minute to close below so we can have this move to the downside. And the daily level held up again, interestingly enough. Yeah. Anyways, I think I'm gonna bounce now. Gonna close the stream. Hope you guys like this stream. Make sure to leave a like so we do it again. If the trade presents itself, I'm gonna call it in the signals. You guys don't worry about that. If the 30 closes strong enough, we may get in on the pullback. Don't FOMO in right now. That's the worst thing that you can do. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys like the stream. Leave a like, share it with your friends, family, and yeah, maybe we do it again tomorrow or something, or a day after. Maybe do it like 2 days a week. And yeah, take care, guys. Hope you guys like the stream. Check the link in the description. Watch that full course from Hamza. He goes through everything literally. And if you haven't already, it's literally a free course. And yeah, take care. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next stream, I guess. Bye-bye. Yeah, so I'm still on the Discord, by the way, guys.